opportunity. My name is Carol Schaefer, and I live at 4065 East Squim Bay Road. I'm a new resident with my husband to Squim, having come to Squim from Seattle. And the unbridled growth in Seattle is wonderful for the city, but a lot of the longtime residents in Seattle are seeing the quality of life that used to be the city dwindle. Many of the developments that are in Seattle take advantage of H-1B visa money, and that would be a question for this developer as to whether or not H-1B visa money is anticipated for funding. I think that we're relatively new to the area and relatively new to the issue, and so we're playing catch up and some homework. But it's concerning to me that if the definition of bed and breakfast was 5 guest rooms within a single family residence, how this was even allowed to get this far when the project as presented did not adhere to that. Nonetheless, I applaud the county for coming back and trying to get control of it, and I would just encourage you to make sure that the definition of 5 bedrooms is adhered to. As someone who was part of development in Seattle, number of keys is a big important item for hotel development. That if a developer has an opportunity for 5 keys only, that changes their revenue projection substantially. So those keys could have 2 bedrooms, but they're not given the opportunity to rent the 2nd bedroom separately from the main bedroom. So that's one thing as we get further into the plans. But I support this ordinance, and I would hope that it can corral the controls back on this kind of development where it sounds like there was lack of definition of what the development could be in the first place. Thank you.
Gary Schaefer.
I think Carol spoke for me as well. Thank you.
That's a smart husband. Jeannie Alderson.
No comment.
Oh, you're good. Joanne Alstrope.
My name is Joanne Andrea Alstrup. I go by my middle name, so no one here knows me as Joanne. I live in 462 Buckloop Road in Squim. I also have property on East Squim Bay Road near the 1875 address. I just want to stand up and say that I support this interim proposal, the interim ordinance. I moved here, I've had property here for 15 years. My late husband and I moved here from Highland Park, New Jersey. We grew up in a 2.5 square mile community that was near the metropolitan area, and we chose Squim because it was very similar to the area that we grew up in. And the peace and the serenity that the Squim life brings for everyone here on the peninsula is why so many of us are here. I support, the right way to deal with these proposals, and I also feel that the environmental issues regarding water usage, regarding traffic. The small piece of property that I own is about an acre. If I were to want to build a dock, I would have to build a 200-foot dock because I would have to protect the eelgrass. There have been so many restrictions that at this point in time I've elected not to build a little home on that property because of the water needs, et cetera, et cetera. So I do support this interim ordinance, and I want to thank the commissioners for listening to me.
Ken Schoenberger.
I said my piece earlier. Thank you.
Cindy McMahon.
662 Buckloop Road. I do not live on East Wind Bay Road, but I certainly stand with everybody that does. And one of the things that I want to bring to your attention is the water table issue. I know of at least one home that draws inadequate water in the 5 to 6 gallon an hour off this aquifer. And now we have this hotel that's proposed that will be pulling water for sheets, laundry, and 25 bathrooms. I personally don't believe the labels that are on this structure, the 5 bedrooms, each with 5 bathrooms, that it doesn't, the math doesn't equate to me, but the water table is one of my big issues. Also, the health of Squim Bay has been already talked about here. What I've seen, and I've lived there for 16 years, I live 500 steps from the water. I've seen almost a permanent sign that says, do not take the shellfish, do not take the mussels, do not take anything, because the health of Squim Bay is deteriorating. The time that I've been here, I've seen marine life go down, the fish go away. If we have a hotel there, it's gonna get worse, and our water availability is going to get worse. I came from Southern California. I can tell you that they built all the McMansions, and now they have no water. So if that's what you want for this area, allow this to happen. Thank you.
Donna McClear, 14 Deer Court.
My name's Donna Gear, and I live on 14 Deer Court. And my husband and I are also new to this area, so we're just getting up to speed on this, but I have to tell you, it's quite alarming. We moved to Squim because we wanted to get off the I-5 corridor. We used to live on Camino Island. And it's beautiful here, and the I-5 corridor is not, because there's a lot of traffic there. My concern with this is that if a building of this size is allowed, I wonder what else is coming behind it. I mean, once you get a structure like that of this size, the road has to support it. It wouldn't right now. And so what comes behind it? What's the next structure that's gonna go up, and how big is that gonna be? Those are the things that I worry about. We just built our house and moved into it full-time in May, and we had to go through a lot of hoops to build that house. We have requirements that we had to meet, so where are the requirements that have to be met for this particular structure?